Hello, and today we're going to ask ourselves, what do you believe? The first thing we're going to ask is, what do you believe about money? That is your first step into creating your mind to be non-scarce anymore, creating new thought processes in your mind. The first thing you have to do is, do you believe that money is the root of all evil? Do you believe you have to work hard for it? Do you believe that money is limited? Now, those are three big beliefs that a lot of people have. Root of all evil, work hard for it, and money is limited. That is not by accident. Those are beliefs that were ingrained in us from the moment that we were born, or from my perspective, from when I was born. And so, when you have these different beliefs growing up, suddenly money becomes scarcity. Suddenly you feel scarce when discussing money. So, because you have these beliefs, or maybe you have different beliefs, and that's okay too. Find out what your beliefs are about money, for example. And now is the time to, first of all, you have to accept them. You have to accept that you've lived this way your entire life. When you when you believe these things, how can anything else come to you but physical manifestations of these beliefs from your entire life? So that's the first step is acknowledgement. Good boy. Acknowledge, acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Say, yes, this is what was true for me from the time that I was born. These programs are what ran. So the first step is acknowledgement. The second step is allowing them to to be. Do not give it any more attention, negative or positive. Do not allow it to become rooted. You say, I have believed this for a long time. Oh my God. Then you become stuck in the negative belief and you're like wanting a positive experience in that, but only focusing on the fact that you feel negative about it. Take all emotion out of it. Take emotion out. When you take the emotion out, you no longer are giving it any attention because energy flows where attention goes where energy flows. Do acknowledge that these are your beliefs. And you say, okay, these are the things that I have lived my whole life. I'm going to feel it. The thing is, you have to feel it in your body. You have to feel it. You have to allow it to work its way through the different parts of you that you have held it in. Um, so you acknowledge and then you allow it. You take the emotion out. Once you feel it as fully as you can, then you can let it go. You don't want to linger because that becomes a choice. You can choose to linger on negative emotions because it's easier than pushing through a negative experience and coming out on the other side. Turning lead into gold requires a lot of pressure, requires a lot of energy. But once you get to that other side, then you can release. So you acknowledge and you allow it. You take the emotion out. Then after you do that, and there are many different ways to take things out. I've been practicing EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, which is tapping on different parts of your body, specific ones that are connected to meridian points. And when you tap on those parts, you first tap on the initial beliefs, and then you are tapping to rewire your brain to think more positive or think new thoughts. It doesn't even have to be positive in everybody's sense, but it is positive in a way that is new for you. Um, so you allow it, and that's one way you can do that. So you acknowledge the feeling. Then you allow the feeling. Then you rewire. You rewire. You rewire your thoughts behind it. When you rewire it, then you can have new thoughts. Hold on. Sometimes the old story will play out. It's not a flip of a light switch unless you believe it to be. But for a lot of people, this is something that can take time. And I believe all things are true. And if you believe that you can flip these like a light switch, then maybe you can. And maybe that's something that I need to think about if I'm talking about how it takes time. Maybe I need to start believing that my uh, my process is as quick as I want it to be. Let's think about this for a second. The hero's journey is everyone's favorite story. I'm rewatching again Once Upon a Time. And in Once Upon a Time, the reason why you love these characters and you love their stories so much is because you saw them grow from who they were to where they have become. You cannot love something if you do not see every single side of it. So, taking that into consideration, that's why we have journeys of things. It is not a slow progression for slow progression's sake. It is progression in your mind that is slow because you have to live your story. You have to live the story that you're telling. You can't skip through the parts that are uncomfortable and you can't skip through the parts that you don't want because then the looking back on your life, the fullness that is you will feel like your story wasn't there. Imagine you're watching a movie and the only parts that you saw were the parts that you were only happy in. You left the movie and you're like, oh, this is a really happy movie, but it left no room for struggle and it left no room for growth. You just left the movie feeling happy. And sometimes that is what you need. Sometimes you want to watch something that continues to make you feel happy. And if that's the case, that's totally fine. Our life is a little bit more complex than a one time movie. Um, anyway, hero's journey can be for another day. This is my first video, and I love the idea of reprogramming your mind, and I've been thinking about teaching it. And you have to start somewhere sometime. You have to learn and grow, and you have to start. And this is where I'm going to start and be a little weird and uncomfortable and in the library in the study room, writing with the boards kind of hard to see and really too tall. And that's where I will be. And when I look back on this video in 5 years and see all of the other videos that I've posted and see my progress, then I will know that I have grown and it's okay to start somewhere, even if the somewhere that you're starting isn't maybe where you want to be. Sometimes you just have to start, you know? Um, so you acknowledge, allow, and then you rewire. You take the feelings that you have and you say, money is the root of all evil. And you say, what is a new thought behind that? Money is freedom. Sorry. You could say money is freedom. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use green because green is heart chakra and green is also for money. Money is freedom. There you go. So you take that belief and you change it. And anytime you start to, whether you hear someone else say it or whether you start to feel that way and your brain starts going into that pattern, you can say, actually, money is freedom. That's what money is. And you can literally change the definition of what money is in your mind if you continue to watch your thoughts when you talk about money specifically. And you have to work hard for it. Money is easy to get. So instead of you have to work hard for it, you can say money is easy to get. Will there be people and situations that try to initially push that boundary? Yes, because your entire life you have been living it in one way. So a belief is not something that will just allow you to take it out very easily. A belief is something that you have rooted like a tree trunk down in you. So when you are rewiring it, you are pulling those old roots out, those roots that are no longer serving you. You're pulling all of these out and you are rewiring them, you're replanting them. It takes a little bit of time for a plant to be repotted and to fully allow it to be. So it's okay if new things show up or things that your old life made you believe show up because that just goes to show you that, hey, this is what you believe right now. You can say, actually, I think money is easy to get. And the more you believe that, and the more you say that, the more the universe, God, whoever you believe, the more that will align back to you because it all comes from you. Because it is all about belief. It is all about what you believe. And the last one, money is limited. Money is abundant. You can start to believe that money is abundant. And when you believe that money is abundant, at first, will your beliefs show up for you that make you question that? Yes. But that is God, universe, and source saying, okay, do you really believe it? One time I was trying to rewire my belief that magic exists in this world, and I made a video and I was like, I believe in magic. I want the magic of this world to show me that it exists. And then I pulled up a song. It was like old Disney's playlist. The first song that came up was "Do You Believe in Magic" by Ali and AJ, and I was like, oh, that is the universe like directly asking me if you want to experience this magic, do you believe in it? And I am just one person who has had one experience, who has lived this life learning about people in this world, and I love people. And this is just one way to experience. And in another video, we can talk about the different ways to rewire. Because there are many different ways to rewire. You can use tarot, you can use Reiki, you can use witchcraft, you can use EFT, you can use neuroscience. All of those are permission slips. All of those things are the permission slips that you're giving yourself to say, this is what I believe, and I'm showing you that this is what I believe. Um, so yeah, if you watch this video and you want to manifest more money, then I believe that anyone who watches this video will have their money beliefs rewired and that money comes to them. And the last thing I want to do is I told myself when I was going to start making videos is I was going to pull a tarot card for every single video that I made. And this is the first one that I'm making. So we shall see what card comes up for us as a collective. This is the Light Seers Tarot. It's one of my favorite tarot decks. It's a very beautiful deck. Alright, Spirit, for the person watching this video, what is something that they need to hear? Or what is something that you want to show them or tell them? Whether it's about belief or money or anything that they need to know. Okay, we got the Six of Cups. Cups is water energy, and the Six of Cups refers to that nostalgic feeling of growing and learning about your life. Like he is a young puppy and he is a young kid, and they have grown together with their cups of love with each other. I also think this is connected to this because when we're growing up, we believe and we see the world in one way, and as we're growing up, we may feel the same, but we also are new. We also look different, and we also have different beliefs. So these are the same people, but they are also different because their beliefs have changed and they have grown. Um, I think I'm going to end the video today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, this is my first video, and I hope that you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.